She claimed it was a second home, but she was taking at the same time rental income deductions, rental expense deductions on the house.
They're claiming that I engaged in mortgage fraud, that I somehow decided that I was a resident of Virginia, which would be some commute every morning to the office at 28 Liberty. And the allegations against me are totally baseless.
So let me get this straight. The same person who built her political brand on what she deems transparency, accountability, and no one is above the law is now refusing to release her own tax returns. And when asked why, she says, "Talk to my staff." Good afternoon, beautiful people, and welcome to Nelly Miranda. As always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Okay, so at an event in Albany during the Somos conference, reporters asked Letitia James a very simple question. Why won't you release your tax returns? Now, keep in mind, other major Democrats in New York already did. We're talking about Kathy Hochul and Zohran Mamdani. They all made their returns public, so naturally the question becomes, why not Letitia James? And instead of answering directly, she reportedly said, they will make that determination. Listen closely. She is saying that her staff will make that determination.
You are very familiar with and her money, so to speak. Yeah.
Right. She doesn't want to release her income tax returns. Now, we know that she bought a house in Virginia, the one that she was indicted on that's now under appeal, right? She bought a house in Virginia. She claimed it was a second home, but she was taking at the same time rental income deductions, rental expense deductions on the house. Now, you can't claim to the bank that it's a second home while claiming to the IRS it's a rental property that you don't even live in. So that was problem number one with her income taxes. That's why she doesn't want to release it. Problem number two is she says, well, look at my financial disclosures. Okay, we've been through this before. Her financial disclosures from 2020 to 2024 have been all false. They don't include the home that she was indicted for in Virginia or the mortgage. They include mortgages that that don't appear in the property records. So her financial disclosures are false too. So don't look at my false tax returns, but look at my false financial disclosures.
Wait, hold on. So you're the Attorney General, you run the office, you prosecute people, but your staff decides whether you release your tax returns. Someone make it make sense. But interestingly enough, shortly after that interaction, her office confirmed they are not releasing any tax returns. Nope, they are not releasing the tax returns, and instead, they pointed to something else, her financial disclosure forms.
So, Sam, do you think anything's going to happen legally to either of these two? And I know Letitia James, and then they had a technicality with Lindsay Halligan, the prosecutor, that it wasn't the right appointment.
The current DOJ with Todd Blanche in there is a mess, okay? He's been screwing up the entire DOJ. He screwed up the...
You're saying Todd Blanche is screwing up the DOJ?
Wow, because we heard that about the previous one.
Okay, New York State wanted to bring... The prosecutor in New York State wanted to bring a tax case against Letitia James. Todd Blanche quashed it. Todd Blanche did not give Lindsay Halligan the support she needed. He put in his own guy in Virginia who had no experience trying criminal cases.
Most of us are honest adults, and we do not pass our responsibilities onto others, and that is why I want to tell you about Chapter. If you are 65 and on Medicare, you need to call Chapter today. Some of you may be on a plan that isn't the best plan for your needs because there are so many different plans, coverage, and costs, and I'm sure you try to do your research, but the government websites are so confusing. And for only 20 minutes of your day, Chapter will walk you through all of your options. They compare different plans from different companies, and they make sure that you are getting the best plan suitable for your needs. The call is completely free. There is no pressure to sign up. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain, including a peace of mind. I am not promising you another home or the ability to storytell on your tax returns. But I can tell you that you owe it to yourself to double check to make sure that you are not overpaying for the plan if you are already on one. So if you've been wondering if you are overpaying, please reach out to Chapter because they help customers save an average of $1,100 a year. Imagine what you could do with that extra cash. So for complete Medicare guidance, please dial 646-817-8160. That is 646-817-8160, or go to askchapter.org/Nelly. Now back to the story. So here's the key difference in the Tish James saga. Financial disclosures are less detailed, broader categories, and not nearly as transparent. Tax returns, on the other hand, shows exact income, sources, deductions, and the full picture of your finances. So this is not the same thing at all. It's not even close. She is trying to pull a fast one. Here's a refresher on Letitia James' alleged mortgage fraud.
Investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless.
The probe centers on charges she falsified records related to her home in Brooklyn and loan documents for a Virginia property she was co-signing for a niece.
It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be.
It is important to note that those allegations were ultimately dismissed in court. But even when something is dismissed, public perception doesn't just disappear. And that is why transparency matters. Because when questions already exist, refusing to release more information doesn't calm anything down. And in fact, it fuels more distrust. If there is nothing to hide, if the allegations are baseless, as she's been screaming, then why not just release them? Especially when your colleagues have already released theirs.
Mamdani and his wife Rama reported a total joint income of $143,634. Mamdani took in about $131,000 from his salary as a state assemblyman last year and $1,643 in royalties from his former rap career. Mamdani's wife Rama reported a total income of about $10,000 last year as a graphic designer, and she expensed around $1,150 on art supplies, web hosting, and small equipment. Mamdani also owns about 4 acres of land in Uganda, but since he's not making any income from it, it was not listed on his return.
I don't know, it seems pretty easy to do, and that is why the comparison was automatic. At the end of the day, this is about trust, not politics, not about party. Trust. Trust is simple. Because public officials operate on credibility. How credible are you? Are you transparent? Do you answer questions directly without deflecting? And to be honest, blaming her staff is not leadership. She's passing on the responsibility and the blame onto them, and I'm sure they never asked for it. So no one is demanding perfection from politicians. We're all just asking for a little bit of consistency. If you are going to hold others to a standard, you have to be willing to meet it yourself. Otherwise, your behavior proves that you believe that you are above the law. We need a new political class because the ones we have today, they're embarrassing. But I want to hear from you. Should public officials be required to release their tax returns, or is this being blown out of proportion? And do you believe her explanation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But before I let you go, are you guys on X? I am sure you guys are on X. Do you see the drama between Candace Owens and Laura Loomer? Oh my word. Some of the things that Laura posts, they have my mouth on the floor. Can you imagine being her friend one day and her enemy the next day? Her behavior is absolutely terrifying. Let's read one of her most baffling posts to Candace Owens. She said, "God hates you, Candace. It's why he gave Charlie to Erica and why you didn't even get to say goodbye to him. God hates you. Look in the mirror and internalize how much God hates you. We all hate you. Humanity hates you. And you are irredeemable." Wowzers. Not God's chosen people coming through with a message of love and light. And I was born last night. Like, you do not have to like or agree with Candace at all. But this is borderline insanity. Is she saying that God in the heavens is a hateful God? I'm not even going to try to unpack her post here because I haven't reached that level of hate yet in my heart, nor do I plan to reach it. Anyways, if you got any value from today's video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. to support the channel and ring the bell so you'll never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.